Hey, welcome and thank you. This is hats off. Hats off the
You?
right. Hats off the
Me?
me. Hats off the
We?
all are we. I'm back to the curls. Curls,
Yeah,
curls. Every time it's me and these curls.
her curls fly. These right
Right,
here,
right.
these is sleeping all day curls.
And as I said to you earlier, check out the clock. We got time today.
Yay!
anyway,
That's what's up.
anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. Again, it's still early. Don't wait on passage, as we say in Trinidad or here in America. What are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, the notification bell. Oh gosh, oh later. Anywho, my dear friend Tamara, well, friend slash sister slash uh military buddy, we would have done an episode a few weeks back, or maybe months at this point, early on in the year.
Yeah.
So she's joining us again. And this segment, all right, yeah, segment or series is actually going to cover cooking. She was fortunate enough to have an experience where she had to serve on her ministry and assist the cooking team. So we saw it fit in our conversation and her sharing with me her experience. We saw it fit to place this right where it needs to be in chips, the C in chips, which typically covers cooking, where I'm whipping up a dish, but all I done get one already for this month. Happy National Cooking Day. But by the time this upload is gonna be October, might give earlier next thing, but let me don't study that. Tamara, let me
What it
go.
do? What it do?
So, my dear, tell me about that experience. Tell me about the organization. Tell me
Oh my goodness.
everything that you can with the
Okay. So
time constraints.
right. So the community is called Trace Diaz. It's
Yes,
a
3 days
beautiful,
in
yes, three
Spanish. Yeah,
days.
yeah,
Yeah,
got
3 days. It's a
it.
spiritual retreat, but it is a community, and they do it for men and they do it for women. So it's 3 days of a off the grid kind of spiritual empowerment. You know, it's just a beautiful thing. We get the women together and we just tap into uh parts of their lives that they didn't realize needed to be tapped into. But my part this time, because there's many parts, many working parts to the organization, but my part this time, I was very open to wherever they put me, but they put me in the kitchen. Woo! And I'm telling you, when they say the saying, if you can't stand the heat, stay out the kitchen. If I had an accent like Trini, I'd be like, oh God. I don't know what. Look, I told her when I came back, I said, double hats off, like twice, that thing on twice, because I salute her and any other person in the service industry that does that, because it was just for, I mean, I was supposed to be there for 3 days, but we had a storm. But just a day and a half of prepping, uh, cooking, uh, serving, and then cleaning. All of that was like I wanted to die. I said, look, I'm a good sous chef, but baby, you need a lot of sous to do all of that in the kitchen. It was hot. It was chaotic. But it came together, and that
Yeah.
was the beautiful thing. People complain about the service industry, specifically like restaurants and things like that. But you don't know what's going on behind the scenes until you put yourself behind the scenes. So
Right.
if all of that has to happen for me to have the best meal ever, oh my God, I'm paying triple. Like that right there made me want to come out of my pocket triple. Like, yo, if your dish is already expensive, just look at this as a tip and prep money for the next time you're doing it. Cause man, and then the strain on your body. How you
Right.
I'm like, what y'all doing? Like
Right.
y'all need more money for your backs, your necks, your hands, your wrists, your arms, feet.
Just
Yeah, man.
overall laboriousness
Yeah.
is what that is. Yeah, yeah. From beginning to end. And just imagine most of the personal chefs that kind of are the cook and bottle washer, manager, it really indeed takes a team. And that's why I'm so appreciative and thankful for you guys, when, we're within the same, state or country and I have to, do a job or run a recipe by you all or even assist with you all getting one done, like you get to understand how, why I push for that intimate setting as opposed to the large scale. Because I was like, for
Yeah.
me, I'm not as skilled quantity wise. And when I say, what, correction, I shouldn't say not as skilled. I just prefer not to, because when you go from cooking for tens of thousands of people, and you seriously desire, any number under 20, is that's the reason in that regard right there. Now,
Okay.
being of service is something different because then, this is not about me. So, wherever they need me, I'm gonna jump in, and you have the same mentality as well and
Right.
definitely put your work where your mouth is for real. But yeah, it's certainly a labor of love. It's a labor of love.
You gotta love it. That's the part though. Like I
Yeah.
gotta get my mind and my heart together with our Father who are in heaven so that he can get me to love that part. Now I love serving,
Right.
but maybe I would love it more if it was organized. And I know with you,
Right.
it's gonna be organized from the moment we set foot in there, put them aprons on.
Right.
If we got a hat, we're gonna have a hat, and everything is gonna just be laid out. You over here, you over here, you over
Right.
there. You cleaning, you cook, you wiping down, you doing this. This is. I know that it's gonna be, rhythmic. It's gonna be in
Right.
order. It was like a bunch of like what's the main person in the kitchen, the head chef?
Yeah.
So it was like a bunch of head chefs and
Right. So
no
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 cooks.
workers, no,
No cooks. Right. Yeah. So what did it say? More. It have more chiefs than Indians in that
yes,
scenario. Yeah.
yes, that's how it
And
was.
then
So it was kind of like what I'm doing.
yeah,
Like
and
what
that
I'm
can be taxing. I remember in Trinidad I hosted a brunch. But I want to say hosted, really hosted. Yeah, well, yeah, I hosted a brunch event for Valentine's Day. Spoke it on my spirit and did it. And what I did was I listened to elders who normally speak into my life from a positive place. And they was like, why you when you stick into the number that you're accustomed to? Like you come out your comfort zone, place orders for however many orders that you get. And I'm saying to myself, Now I had already hired a previous teammate that worked with me at another organization. And in my brain, I'm like, between the two of us, because I'm gonna get most everything done. Listen, my order count tripled, right? But sorry, double. Yeah. So it would have been double because I wanted to lock in at around 2022, 25 overall for persons that were assistant. However, that joint went up to I think either 61 or 62. You talk about a mistake. Now I was good. Everything set up, layout how I want to run the rice in the oven because of course it's skill cooking, right? How I want my meats done. And then it was hosted on Valentine's Day, and I got the bright idea to offer 14 options, in line with the whole Valentine's Day theme. Listen, okay, brunch box, it was bananas. Now, the 60 head count was not where it was at. You know what I'm saying? Because my friend at the time, she chimed in to help. My brother was there because they were dealing with the hosting and the processing of orders and pickup. What happened was I lost water in that process. And mind you, I had timed the water weekly to see when they would take it away. I kept doing it. So, of course, the day that I decided I want to host, I'm like, yeah, I got them on lock. They switched up the time. I lost water at like 6:30 that morning. Total shut off at 7 because it's an upstairs and downstairs home. Excuse me. So I had enough pressure to go upstairs. So right around 7, I lost it upstairs, and I lost my brain. I was to start at 10 and finish 6. I lost 3 hours that I never got back because once that time went, that was
Mhm.
it. It was like a makeshift mayhem of madness to try to get these orders out. Luckily, the food tasted well enough where the patients was that was exercised, they were blessed with the meal. So it was like, well, at least the food tastes good
Yeah.
after having to go through this, And I was so discouraged when I was done that I didn't do it again. But of course, came out of that now. In that, I was like, you know what, self-advocating. Even though the elders know I have the skill set, I'ma stay in my lane because I know why I don't want to do more than 20 to 25 heads because I don't enjoy it. At that point, is labor. Anything under that is love. Because it's like, yeah, I can play this here, push this there, add this there, you know what I mean? It's more of a creative genius happening. When it passed 20 to 25, there are more rules involved, more people that need to assist, larger team. And you and I could certainly agree. Dealing with people is like herding cats. Goats
Yeah.
and sheep, they know they need to be guided. Cats, however, will go up on top of your stove, knock off the top cover when you're done cook your meal, take a leg out, eat it, watch you like, what happened? So yeah, I don't do the herding of cats. Like I don't have that skill set.
Right.
I'm a team player, but
Right.
the hood, So yeah, but I do get compliments as a manager though, but I guess with food it's different, you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good in that area, but boy, when it comes to past that 25, and I think with the food, there's a greater, deeper passion there. So,
Yeah.
that in essence plays a part because I can get emotional when it comes to that. Whereas,
Yeah.
this is somebody else thing. So it's like, all right, cool, my name is attached to this. I can help and I can do, I can kind of see it. When his mind is like, yo, oh my gosh, I need you to do it this way because this is how it's gonna taste this way.
Yeah.
And then there's the challenge of communicating exactly what you want ahead of time. And a lot of chefs go through that challenge because we see it in our head. We taste it before it's there. And by the time we get to it, sometimes we just can't. Matter of fact, you and I have a similarity as it relates to your event planning stuff.
I
Because we
was
talk about that.
get out of my brain, yo. I was about to say that is the same with decorating. Yo, I say all the time, I have a vision and
Right.
I can tell the team my vision. And I always say, right now I don't have a team, but I
Right.
always say I want people on my team that if I send you to the store and I want white lace curtains and they don't
Right.
have white, but they have a different color, you can see the vision that I spelled out to you, and you can say they don't have white, but this can work. We can make this
Right.
work. Instead of calling me saying, hey, they don't got white. I went to 10 stores and they don't have white. What are we gonna do? Making me more crazy. I need you to get
Right.
something that's gonna work. Come back and say,
Right.
hey, they didn't have white, but we're gonna make this work. And then I'll be
Right.
like, all right, go make it work and get out, like do it.
and the
Like,
and the improvisation to me comes with time, time
yeah,
and building of those relationships. Because it's just
yeah,
like in the instance just now, I'm already what you say, get off my head because
yeah,
I'm thinking like, all right, bet. So that's why I said we had a team up here, we had a team up, and we had to do a project. But don't study that will come. So,
right.
team, we're looking to wrap up this beautiful exchange that I also enjoy. Was there anything else you wanted to share with us regarding your experience this past week? And again, I'm so happy that everybody came away unscathed. You
Mhm.
guys, I think, just lost power and
Yeah,
and water for
right,
some,
right.
but no one, you know,
Was
was
injured.
unalive. So, as far as like in yours team and so forth, I mean, I know quite a few families, had that unfortunate experience. So I'm thankful to God that
Right.
you all came and you all saw, did, and conquered and returned.
Yeah,
So, but did
yeah.
you want to share anything else about
Um,
Trace Diaz with us?
just that I do it again. I mean, I
Okay.
was stressed out in that kitchen, but
Right.
seeing the faces once they get served and get into, have conversations with people and, finding out their preferences and things like that. It was enjoyable. I do it again. And doing the alternate menus because you always have people that have dietary needs,
Right.
special dietary needs. So having to prep their stuff ahead of time, outside of the big meals for
Mm-hmm.
everybody else. I do it again. I do it a million
Wonderful.
times.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Well, because this is a different sort of interview, like I know we did the one in person, but I think when we did
Right.
our previous, I didn't have this segment with me. And yes, let me just point out that today the Ravens play. I'm in my full purple regal. Let's not play with them. That's now we got King Henry number 22. I mean, if
Okay.
you know, you know that's my Yami.
And I don't know, I'm not a football girl.
But he got 22 on, so I'm just saying like.
Okay.
So I'm going down a question of 7 questions, this or that, right? So
Okay.
as it relates to meals, well, let me start. Yes, meals. As it relates to meals, do you prefer home cooked meals or restaurant style?
Home cooked.
Home cooked, already. And when you're shopping for your produce, or your produce, or your provisions, or your vegetables, I know you know, is all the same, right? Yes, yes. When you're shopping for those, do you prefer farmers market or supermarket?
Farmers market.
Okay, nice. Yes, a lady of my own heart. And then let's talk about travel. When you're traveling, would you prefer like local cuisine, right? Or do you prefer like, sticking to what's offered on the resort? Like, but
Local.
I'm sorry. Like, resort as in, okay, you're going to a country for the first time or going to a state for the first time. Do you
Mhm.
go to what they, recommend as what they eat, or would you indulge and come out a comfort zone if you have one?
Well, I'll try anything once, so I'm
Right.
gonna indulge so
Got
I
you.
can speak on the experience.
Okay. So you did mention home cooked meals were your preference. What is your favorite kitchen utensil?
A rubber spatula.
Listen, the spatulas winning people spatulas is for but excuse me, but my next question, excuse me, um, for us is like so far we have like two spatulas. People that prefer the spatulas, or three, and then meat cleaver, which we call in Trinidad a Chinese chopper. So that's been winning as well. But I think it's a location thing because most of the people from America they kind of go with the spatula, whereas the Caribbean people they rocking with the cleaver.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty, so if you had the opportunity to have a meal with a non-famous person or a famous person, which would you choose?
Non-famous.
Non-famous. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And as it relates to cooking, because you said home style again, would you prefer to cook from a cookbook or cook law? So folklore or cook law, meaning recipes passed down from generations to generations, or a cookbook. Now, I do know that there are some generational recipes that have passed down per recipe style, but we're talking about, you know, the French, the Spanish, I mean, I know you have African cookbooks too, but those that aren't directly within your reach as far as the familial or generational recipes are concerned. So that's what we kind of call cook law. So which of the two would you prefer?
Mhm. I'm gonna go with cook law, but
Mhm.
I yeah, I just talked about this.
Cook law.
Whether it's a recipe book or somebody
Right.
passed me down one, I don't know. I think the Lord just said that ain't your calling, and it'll never turn out right for me. But cook law, cook law.
But cook law you
Look,
still
yeah,
prefer.
I'm going cook.
Okay, and so last but not least, as it relates to food, do you stick to a strict palate or diet, so to speak, or are you like me? With or do you like seafood, and that's SEE?
Yeah, seafood.
Seafood, right? I know, right?
I'm
And
a
it's
foodie. I
yeah.
am a foodie at heart. I am a foodie at heart. I
I,
mean, I
I
like what I like when I like it, but I love seafood.
Right. That's the thing that I was reminded recently that, people that call themselves foodie like you and I, is a greedy connotation. I say, well, yeah, I ain't all taking it to that level. I take it one step higher. I say, licorice. I love food. It's really and truly it's there for nourishment, yes. Well, I know it's always encouraged where you eat to live, right? But not live to eat. I do both.
Both. Yes.
It's a balance. Because today or tomorrow, something could happen.
That's
And then
right.
I could be lying down on the hospital bed or something, God forbid. Like, I could have really eat the Kit Kat yesterday, boy. Them fight me on a little Kit Kat, Jack. Them fight me on some Samoa's Ben and Jerry ice cream jet.
Oh,
It's
don't
like when a
I
little
haven't
rose
found it
corn.
yet. I haven't found it yet.
You haven't? Oh my gosh. Let
That
me tell
or the
you.
candy I keep telling you that you introduced me to. I'm gonna need that.
Oh, Ritter. Oh my gosh, Ritter.
Yes.
But you see, I tell you, if we order it, it's gonna be 12 bars. That means 6 bars of chocolate per person. We're not doing that. We are not. We will not be doing it. But I have seen it though, where they're selling like smaller sizes. But it's just like the cornflakes one and the milk chocolate. But anyways, let me don't bore the people with our snack session. Let's go and wrap this up and we'll talk about this offline. I thank you so much, my sister, my friend.
Oh, no
Appreciate your
problem.
time.
No
All
problem.
right. And Olia, you know the thing set. We go link on the next episode. Laters.